Welcome to this episode of the Arctic Dungeon Master. Today is another haul video, this one for the month of December, and I thought I would go through not just breaks that I took with Shaboom, other items that I purchased, like minis and so forth, but I thought I would kind of go through stuff that I've recently built and obtained in the store. First, I'll start off with these little guys. I got these over at Michael's the day before Christmas because everything was half off. So I was like, oh, okay, Christmas trees. I don't know if I'm going to do anything to these. They look wintry enough. And plus the process that I did to harden the other trees I can't do right now because of the weather, but these guys look pretty good already, and they already got bases too. Thought about pulling one out, but that would just be wasting too much time, I think. So for $5 I got some more trees. So basically I just went from 6 to 12 trees with a $5 purchase, which is ironic because I probably spent 3 times as much for the 6 that I take that back. Yeah, I probably spent 3 times as much for the 6 that I already had, because I did stroll through Michael's to see what the 3-pack was, or 4-pack. So I had 3, 5, 7. Okay, so I have 13 trees now, but these are winter trees, and I think they're gonna look great if I ever do any winter campaigns or anything like that. The next thing I want to talk about is I made a online terrain console thingamajiggy platform. If you're interested in this, you can go to the DMG Info YouTube channel and his website, and he'll totally show you how to make one of these bad boys. You got to purchase the plants; they're not super expensive. And then I also bought some templates for the backdrops, just because I wanted to test all that stuff out. And you know, if I do end up using this, which I do want to use for a campaign, I might do another video on how that is. But it's a really easy thing. Basically, this is the platform thing, and these are interchangeable, and you can even do the backsides, and I haven't done that yet, but these are interchangeable backdrops. So if I wanted to do a winter scene instead of the dungeon, all I gotta do is put my winter base, plop in that. That's a winter background. Oh, look, I just made it Christmassy. And if you're friends with me on Facebook or Instagram, you totally saw that picture with a Arctic owlbear and a reindeer and a polar bear. And Merry Christmas is what I did. So yeah, so I got to entertain my friends and family with that image. I have bigger plans for next year, doing a Christmas video maybe, so I can totally do that. That would be awesome. But I'm totally gonna put it back to the dungeon. And there we go. I can put my party in for an awesome campaign. So I spent some time doing that. And now I just need to run a campaign. Another thing I got, speaking of lines of Christmas, I totally got a dice tray from my brother. So it's a nice leather dice tray, and it buttons up and all that jazz. Totally worthwhile to go take. I can easily throw this in a backpack and then pop it up and roll my dice in and stuff like that. So super excited about that. It's cool. Another item that I recently purchased was, you know what, I gotta show this off again. Totally got this in the last Dungeon in a Box. If you don't know what Dungeon in a Box is, it's a monthly subscription box that you can purchase. It's about $36, $36, Anyhow, this was in their one shot for this month, and I totally love it. Totally dig it. It's a toy golem. I love to show this thing off. And another item that I got was the Winterdale Ice dice set. Comes in a fabulous little box, and that's about as far as the unboxing that I went with this. So I'll finish up. I love the dice selection. It makes perfect for a dungeon master. And I'll show you why. Has 2d20s, if you can see, 2d20s, 4d6s, 2d8s, and has has 1d8, 2d12s, has a d10, d4. Perfect for being a dungeon master. Totally will always be using those. Comes with some cards, some awakened beasts. Gives you a okay, so not all of them are double-sided. Here's a card talking about Drizzt. Basically, these are random encounters of NPCs that you might find. Oh, here is the Frost Maiden. I have this card. Alright, sorry. I have that mini. So there are several okay, so these are all of the monsters that you might find in the, because here's the Frost Giant. So these are monsters that you would get at the minis, the line of minis for Winterdale. And so these guys are really interesting. Yeah, pretty cool. Snowy owlbear. Fantastic artwork on these cards. I'm sure that the information has just been stolen from the Winterdale book, which I still don't have yet. So if I wanted to do an encounter, these are great. It would be much more enjoyable if they had the hit points and stuff like that, but they don't. And here is a map. Icewind Dale. Sorry, this is a map of Icewind Dale. It's not that big of a map. It's not that great of a map, but it is still pretty nonetheless. I don't have a map of Icewind Dale. And I'm pretty sure I've been calling this Frostdale. So my apologies, Icewind Dale. Alright, now I totally have more stuff to show you guys. So let me get to that. So this right here is the Sapphire Dragon. It was released for the 45th and 5th year of Dungeons and Dragons in existence, and the 5th year for 5e to been printed. And so Wizards of the Coast released this, and this was won at a Raz at Shaboom. And if you're interested ever in getting in on this, I believe Shaboom has another Sapphire Dragon that they are also razzing off, either probably in the first of 2021. They're going to be razzing off the other Sapphire Dragon. And if you want in on that, I would follow Shaboom on Facebook. That way you're notified each time they have a Dungeons and Dragons break or razz. They seem to be doing $2 Tuesday dice razzes. So those have been pretty fun, and a lot of people from my party Dungeons and Dragons group have won those. So that's pretty interesting. I think my group is 3 out of 4. They've only one time has a Raz not went to someone in my D&D group, so I'd say my D&D group is pretty lucky. But going back to this Sapphire Dragon, I gotta say that it is well, it's magnificent. I was not prepared for the size of this thing. It's huge, and let me just bring some light closer in. Yeah, this thing is amazing. I would have liked to have gotten stats on this thing, but you gotta look the stats online. The stats do come with the poster, but that's a completely separate purchase. So I gotta blame Dungeons or Wizards of the Coast on that. Bad move on their part. And if I am correct, the poster comes with a dice set that is $200 because it has a sapphire on the D20. I'm unfortunately not going to pay $200 for a set of dice. So there is that. But this thing is huge. It is a gigantic monster. He is huge. Gigantic wingspan. Just magnificent. Let me see if I got a mini that I can put next to it. So here's a D&D mini. Little elf wizard. And as you can see, it is tiny. Just tiny. This little guy is just super, super tiny compared to the dragon. The mini is about the size of the dragon head. Another size comparison. This is the World Eater, and it too is small compared to the Sapphire Dragon. Just ridiculous. The Sapphire Dragon is enormous compared to anything else. It is the largest dragon that I got, and I cannot wait to use him. Alright, so here I am using that online terrain module system thing with the minis that I got from the last break that Shaboom did. It was a Tyranny of Dragons, and I got 2 spots in that last break. And if you're interested in getting in any of the Shaboom D&D brick breaks, or razzes, or even the $2 Tuesday dice razzes, feel free to like their Facebook page. I'll link it in the description below. You can like it, and that way you will be contacted or notified each time they're doing a D&D thing. They seem to be doing a brick break once every month, I think is how it's working out. So they did one for October, they did one in November, they did one in December, and it should be coming around time for another D&D break. So that should be exciting. But this is what I got in the last one. Some cool looking things. Got another hag. It looks like I got a gnome goblin. This guy, believe it or not, the ballista is actually what I'm looking forward to the most. Got another orc fighter. I got another Dragonborn fighter. So he's cool. I got another giant. I got a stone giant this time. And I got a Drake Guardian. So that's cool too. Just a couple things that I've noticed using or doing this. If I was to actually use this modular system for a D&D campaign, I kind of think that the camera would kind of get in the way for the DM. I think the camera would get in the way. Maybe that's just my setup for the camera. I don't know. But I should totally run a campaign just to see how I like using it. But in the meantime, this is what I got in the last break that I participated with Shaboom. If you've done a break before with Shaboom or anyone else, comment below. Let me know how you guys like it. I enjoy it. It costs $8 for shipping, which living in Alaska is a steal. So, yeah, and it's $8 no matter if I get one booster pack or if I buy another slot. If I have multiple slots, one or multiple slots, it's still going to be $8 for shipping, and that, my friends, is cool. So there we go. Thank you for watching this video from the Arctic Dungeon Master. If you enjoyed it, please hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the little bell icon so you can get notifications. And if you really, really liked it, please think about supporting this channel by clicking on the Buy Me a Coffee link in the description below. Every little bit helps. Thanks, guys. See you next week.